Hello, and welcome to the second episode of Random Topics. If my audio sounds different, I'm currently using CapCut to record this right now, so I can make my editing part easier for me. But if you don't like it, let me know. And I kind of want to start by saying how my day was. And my day honestly was pretty boring. As much as I wish I could have said I did something interesting for the purpose of this video, really, I didn't do as much as I wish I could have. But this Friday, I'll be going to the movie theaters with a friend of mine, and I'm gonna watch Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And if some of you might have seen the reviews for that movie, it's pretty complicated. Because while the movie got a 88% on popcorn, which is pretty good, not as much as the first one, but it's like, okay. But then you look at the Rotten Tomatoes and it's yikes. And yes, I will be making a video of my personal opinions about that movie, whether it was good or it was bad, if it was okay. And because now I'm very interested. Because when the first movie came out, it had a lot of mixed opinions about it. Some people said it was good, some people said it was bad, this and that. I thought the first one was, pretty good. As much as I wanted more of it. It was a good way to enter to have Five Nights at Freddy's enter into like the whole cinema and stuff. And as someone who's done their research and took time to learn about the FNAF lore, the only thing that I want to know in this movie is that if the main character has to put on the Freddy helmet in order to save himself, because as some of you might remember, in the game you have to put on the Freddy helmet to survive. If you had it off, well, then you would die. Oh yes, and MatPat returns to Five Nights at Freddy's to play as Toy Bonnie, which my only question to that is that the same dude who we saw in the first one play as the waiter, or simply someone who sounds like him? I guess you could say it's a theory. But moving on from the talk with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is something interesting that happened a while back. On December 8th of 2025, Piers Morgan interviewed Nick Fuentes on his talk show, which, if you'll take a look at that video, it has gone very, very viral, with videos talking about it and Nick Fuentes himself making a comment about what happened during that talk, and of course, the edits. Now, for the people who don't know who he is, Nick Fuentes is a podcaster who's made many videos that I guess you could say are a little controversial. Over the years, he's been known to make comments that are anti-Semitic, racist, misogynist, if you will, homophobic, transphobic, all that, things to label this man. And then he was invited by Piers Morgan himself to do an interview. And honestly, that interview was hilarious. In fact, here's a quick little clip to show you exactly what happened with that whole interview.
Joke, but do you want to talk seriously about the Holocaust?
I do actually. I do, because I just find it extraordinary that you would think the Holocaust could ever be something that we could joke about.
Why, too soon?
Yeah, as you may have saw there, pretty interesting interview, you might say. And because of his opinions, he's been banned off of almost every social media app. So YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Twitch, Reddit, TikTok. And he's also been banned off of any financial services. So like PayPal, Venmo, Patreon. So yeah, it hasn't been really easy for this guy. And currently, the only platform that allows him to make his videos is an app called Rumble, which is pretty much the same as YouTube, only that you're allowed to say whatever you want without getting in trouble. And that's why you'll still see some videos from this guy. But in the end, all you need to know about this guy is that he's basically kind of what Kanye did. The difference is he's a white man, and because of his opinions, he's been harassed, doxxed, and always called a white supremacist. Now you might ask yourselves, what do I think of him? Well, I think he's a little funny, but that's honestly that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm going to say, that he's a little bit funny because, I'm not trying to lose any opportunity that I have up near in the future. And other than that, though, that's pretty much who Nick Fuentes is. A guy who doesn't care about what he says out loud. And if anything, he's proud of what he says. And believe it or not, when he was starting to make videos, starting his podcast, he had a page over on Spotify. And it actually became #1 most listened podcast. Behind it was Joe Rogan's. But soon after, Spotify found out about the things that he says, which kind of went over the guidelines, and got him banned after that. But moving on from this topic, today is currently December 10th, 2025, and there's only 3 weeks left before 2025 is officially over and we move on to the new year, 2026. And can I say, 2025 was, what a start. Honestly, really kind of interesting. And actually, I think before or after Christmas, I'm gonna make a video that's gonna be titled Year Review, which is just me talking about how the year 2025 went, all the things that happened through each month of like January, February, March, April, June, May, June, whatnot. And pretty much it. Kind of all the good and bad that happened. Mostly good, a little bit of bad, but I'm not one to complain. And I think I'm gonna end it here. Sorry if this episode was a little bit short. I just needed to make this quick, upload it, but hopefully by episode 3 I'll have a better timing and schedule to edit and record this. But if you enjoyed episode 2, and if you're new to this channel, welcome, and stick around for episode 3. Hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching.